What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast, episode 109. My name is Omar. My beautiful co-hosts are here per usual. We are here, Jay, Max, and Earl. And today, I'm going to pass it off to Jay here because he has the topics right in front of his face, and I cannot see. So, Jay, what do we got on topic today? We got
for today, we're going to be talking about the Are They For Real teams.
Are they for real?
I'm going to go over all the topics first. Yeah, Are They For Real teams? We're going to do some way too early mock trades because there's a lot of buzz going around. Some John Morant buzz, some Trae Young buzz, LeBron James. And then we're going to talk a little bit of load management because load management is off to a hot start and we're only 2 weeks into the season and it's not a good look for the league. And then, of course, we're going to do our game of the weekend as we've been doing the last couple of weeks. And for 2MD on the other channel, we're going to do the most surprising player for the first 3 weeks of the season, 2.5 weeks. Let's get into it. First topic up, are they for real teams? Starting off with the Chicago Bulls. We go to Earl, man. Are the Chicago Bulls for real, Earl?
Yes. And I'm the only one up here, but when we talked Omar Max, who defended the Bulls and said they should have been ranked higher in our preseason rankings of teams. I truly believe in the Bulls, the development. Vucevic, I was told Vucevic was this guy, oh, he's okay. He doesn't play defense. He's not that impactful, whatever. I told you guys, Vucevic is an offensive system. Locked in, bro. Huge game winner in the corner. Absolutely magnificent. So the Bulls, to me, I don't think this is fake, man. I think they're playing great ball. Josh Giddey just got paid. And speaking of Josh Giddey, man, he's literally the hub of the whole offense. I think he plays amazingly next to all those guys. And Montas, I think he's taking a pretty good step up. I still want to see him improve a little bit more, but to me, I think he's having a great year. I think there was a quote to start the season where he talked about he wanted to be in that most improved category, and he's definitely showcasing that skill set. So just start off our conversation. I told you guys so, but I'll pass it to Max or Omar. Lock in. Let us know.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to answer your question with a question, Jay. What level of for real are we talking about here? Are we talking about finals contender?
Oh, no. We're just saying regular season. Like, is this a team that you take serious on a night-to-night basis? Like, you know how the Wizards, this is a team, we're going to set up some guys out. We're not going to take them too serious. It's the Wizards.
Okay, yeah, no, you absolutely have to take the Bulls seriously, at least with the way they're playing right now. Like, Josh Giddey legitimately, I mean, I think I heard someone call him 6'8" Steve Nash, and that's kind of, like, somewhat scarily accurate. Like, he's figured out, like, how to play in this system. Clearly, he and Billy Donovan are meshing really well. I think he's been the standout player for Chicago this year. I think the problem a lot of us had with the Bulls going into this year was the fact they didn't really have like a 1A, or when you look at like their best player compared to a bunch of other teams' best players, we didn't think Giddey would stack up, but like he's playing as well as almost anyone. I won't say anyone, but almost anyone out east right now. So like the Bulls as a whole, Vucevic, he's been doing this for years, but just no one recognizes it because he's on Chicago and he doesn't play defense. But like offensively, he's phenomenal. Always has been. You go down to Matas, you go down to the Kobe Whites, the Ayo Dosunmus. I don't know if I'm picking this team if I'll be picking this team to win a playoff series in 5 months, 4 months, whatever. But like right now, they're playing like a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference, like straight up.
Absolutely.
If we're looking at like East teams, like I know they're 6-1, but if we're just looking at like the overall quality of competition and like the quality of basketball, they're playing like a top 3 East team. So like right now, yeah, you got to take them seriously. Are they going to fall off? I don't know. But certainly right now, I'm not going to call this a fluke. Like I think if they can keep playing like this, they're going to keep winning games.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Yep.
Omar, talk to us.
Just to pick up from where Max really left off there, I really feel like to get a more accurate read, we need to be like 20 games in personally. It kind of just lies where, I feel like there will be time to get a winning streak and there will be time to really slack off and even get a losing streak. So like, I want to see how the Bulls really apply with these like top Western teams. I know they've been seeing a lot of not to say they've been seeing a lot of weaker Eastern teams, but they've been seeing teams that haven't really been figuring out haven't really solved things out. But into that regard, they've still like played really well. I don't want to discredit them in that notion. Everybody's still an NBA team. They're still top of the top. But
yeah,
I think what it is also is I think Billy Donovan really bought into focusing around and building around Josh Giddey. I really think he kind of realized, like what Earl said and what Jay said, that he is the hub of that offense. He really engines that offense in a way where all these players and all these people are getting touches. Vucevic should probably get more touches than last year just because Josh Giddey is just more available and probably seeing him wide open a lot more. It's just part of Josh Giddey's development. Let's all remember this. The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't trade Josh Giddey because he was bad. They traded Josh Giddey to get a player which they needed in Alex Caruso. They needed to give up an asset to get an asset, and that's what it was. And in return, the Bulls needed an all-around guy, which Josh Giddey was. Looking back at this, I really like it for both teams because, again, the Bulls found their 1A. I really think that Josh Giddey, if he can pick up this development and really keep going on these triple-double runs or even get a little bit close to it, that he could continue, man. He could become an all-star. He could become an A1. So I don't see why not.
So I'm not gonna lie. At this trajectory, I think Josh Giddey is obviously an all-star. He's averaging at this point in time 23 points, 9 assists, 10 rebounds, 49% from the field, 42% from three.
That's MVP numbers.
Brother is on a run.
He's part of that MVP ladder.
Top of the East right now, night-to-night basis. He's basically a walking triple-double at this point. Like Max said, he's a 6'8" Steve Nash. I think he's more of a Jason Kidd because Steve Nash was a rebounder like this dude. 10 rebounds a game at the point guard. I understand he's a taller point guard.
Jason Kidd wasn't either.
At this rate, this dude is doing this on a night-to-night basis. He did beat some weaker teams like Omar said in the East, but that Knicks game was very telling. Mm-hmm. He ran the Knicks out the gym that game. Like this offense, when it's flowing, it is flowing. I absolutely love this team. I think they are for real. My only question is
letting it happen.
When Kobe White comes back, does this production slow down? This defense is something that has not been talked about on the Bulls. They are top 5 in the league in defensive efficiency this year. We have added Isaac Okoro from the Cavs, who is a great defender on a night-to-night basis. Pat Williams, who's still an absolute zero on offense, in my opinion. Defense is there on a night-to-night basis. And that's what Nikola Vucevic at the center. He's one of the worst defensive bigs in the league, and we are still a top 5 defensive team in terms of efficiency. We are probably the best fast break team in the league right now. Once Josh Giddey gets a rebound or anybody gets a rebound, the ball is flying up court. It's moving up court quick. We're a fast break team. Tyus Jones off the bench, absolute guy. I think we are for real right now. I'm not going to take this too seriously because, like Omar said, we don't even have a 10-game sample size. It's only 7 games. But what I've seen right now, you got to take this team serious on a night-to-night basis as what we've seen in these first 7 games, man. They're going to start knocking people off if they keep playing like this. But I think everybody went. Next team up, the Detroit Pistons. We'll start this off with Max.
He's actually away at this time. We can carry on to the next person.
Omar. Their Pistons are now 6-2. I think they're second in the East at the moment. Mm-hmm. Pistons are cooking.
The Pistons are indeed cooking. I really like them. I mean, look, this is a team that I kind of had faith in. We could go back 2 years. Not 2 years. I'm sorry, 2 seasons. But I always believed that they really needed the right stepping stones in order to kind of like take that step and to really kind of become a really good team. I believe it was 2 seasons ago where Cade Cunningham said, we're not 6-22 bad. And they're right. They're not 6-22 bad. They're 6-2 good. And that's actually a team that I can actually see continuing to play this good because it doesn't even feel like they're playing at their best. It feels like Cade Cunningham still has room to grow. It still feels like Jalen Duren has room to grow. I came on this podcast a season ago. I said Jalen Duren would be the best rebounder in the league 1 year. He will be.
He's on trajectory right now.
He's on trajectory to be. I compared him to Andre Drummond, and people called me crazy. Earl, I'm looking at you. You called me crazy.
Hey, man. He's still got a little bit to go to reach that.
He's still got a little bit to go, I admit. But hey, 22 rebounds the other night, paired up with 22 points.
Drummond was doing that every night, man.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's not there. I'm not saying that he's there yet. I'm saying he's on the way. Saying he's on the way, and he is definitely on the way. That number 2 next to Cade Cunningham. I'm sorry, I always get the Twins mixed up. Asar right next to them at the 3. Jaden Ivey's still coming back. that team is looking nicer and nicer by the day, man. I like it.
What you got, Earl? Talk to us for real.
Honestly speaking, man, I think we talked about teams who had to take another step up. Had to be the Pistons after their obviously disappointing into the season. I will say a lot of controversy.
Disappointing.
It was for them. What do you mean? It was disappointing to lose.
It did take us to 6 games though.
But I'm saying that doesn't have to do with anything. I'm just saying like
it's commendable.
Disappointing. No, it's bro. Nobody takes those type of we made it. It's commendable. No, you got a taste of that and you want to be better. So from my point of view, I think the Pistons are taking strides in the right direction. The first game of the season, they had me a little bit worried, obviously, but after that, they kind of just went full cylinder. I think Cade Cunningham and, like you were saying, Jalen Duren kind of locked in on their chemistry. I think that pick and roll game looks better than ever. Defensively, as a team, they look better than ever. And I think just the pieces around the edges are what's making a difference for this roster as well. So for me personally, I don't think these are pretenders. I think this is the Detroit Pistons teams we're going to get for just the whole season. Like, I'm not saying they're just gonna keep winning every single night, but I don't think, like, looking at some other teams on this list, I don't think this is unrealistic to say that this is the standard for them and they should be a top team in the East with this roster.
I agree. I mean, this team on a night-to-night basis is out rebounding, out hustling. Like, they have guys all over this team, and they don't even have their second option in Jaden Ivey back. And remember, they lost Malik Beasley due to the gambling scandal. Was the best three-point shooter arguably in the league last year with Steph Curry and Anthony Edwards. Like, them missing those two guys, probably Malik Beasley doesn't come back, but when Ivy comes back, that's just adding to this team. Like Earl said, that first game of the year against the Bulls was a question mark, but it turns out the Bulls may just be good too. So I can't even take that game as a fault to them. Like, they just really might be a good basketball team. Night-to-night basis, like Omar said, Jalen Duren is probably the best rebounder in the league at the moment. Like, he's had 2 20-rebound games this season already. And I think that this team is for real. I think that the only thing that they probably have to work on is their depth come playoff time. I don't like their bench when it comes to this playoffs. Like, last year, we see you have to go 9 deep in the playoffs. I don't like their next 4 guys off the bench.
Yeah.
As much as I respect Duncan Robinson and the other guys that they have, I just don't think. But we're only talking about for now, regular season. For now, they are for real team now. I would take serious on a night-night basis. Cade Cunningham looks great. He's out there doing Cade Cunningham things. He's scoring easily. Cade Cunningham, in my opinion, has gotten better every single year. Like, Cade looks better every year, in my opinion. Jalen Duren looks better every single year, in my opinion. We just waiting on Jaden Ivey to come back.
It is.
Yeah,
and I have to say, I don't think Jaden Ivey was ever. I mean, look, I think coming into the league, I think there was a lot of hype around him being the number 2. But I think now looking at it and looking how the roster is really like turning out and how Jalen Duren is playing, I think he becomes that number 2. I think Jaden Ivey kind of falls as that spot up shooter or kind of like a.
Jaden Ivey is the opposite of a spot up. That brother's
bro.
Like a kind of like a
bro. I don't know about that tick.
That's what I'm trying to say. That he's kind of like an in between because he's not the best shooter, but he's also not the worst. So you could put him in a situation where he could shoot, but it's not like a.
He's not what the best dude.
He's not the best, but he's not the worst. That's what I said.
He's shooting 40% from 3.
That's why I said he's not the best. He's not the worst. That's still pretty. It's pretty.
He's averaging 18 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
I wouldn't say he's a dead-eye shooter. Like 40% is a great number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jaden Ivey, because Jaden Ivey is not a dead-eye shooter. He's really a coast-to-coast. I'm going to take you to the rim and sneaky dunk on you if I want to. Like, Jaden Ivey he's one of the fastest players in the NBA. I think we're forgetting who Jaden Ivey is. Like,
I think
he's a downhill player.
And to add to that, like, I think injury obviously adds like a huge factor to that. Like these first couple of weeks is Jaden Ivey coming back from missing pretty much the whole season last year. So he's still trying to get back into game shape. I would assume now he's probably about there. And he's probably in rhythm now, but just putting that into perspective, like what he's been able to do on the start of the season after coming back from that injury, you can tell he was hungry. And I argue that having a Jaden Ivey last year, not saying they win the series, but I definitely think it makes that team a lot better as we're seeing right now.
True. What you think, Max? Talk to us.
Or are we talking just Detroit in general?
Yeah, are they for real or not? You think they for real?
Yeah. Well, to address the elephant in the room, I have relocated. I got kicked out of the other spot, so we'll see how long this
With the
lasts.
lights off and everything?
What?
With the lights off and everything?
No, that was a separate incident. They just happened to turn off right before I got kicked out. But in terms of the Detroit basketball Pistonians of Michigan, I think they're good. Like, they're about as good, if not a little better, than I think I expected. Like, they are a legit team. I think last year they proved that this core they have is at least decent. As you guys said, Cade continues to get better. He is a proven leader of that team. I think right now, I mean, I know they're 6-2. So do I think they're going to win 60 games? No, but I think they're in the similar boat as Chicago. I think if there's some sleeper teams out east, like I think Detroit. Well, I don't know if Detroit's a sleeper because I think people respected Detroit, but I do think like they're going to have a shot at being a top 5 seed in the East. Right now, they're playing like a top 5 team. And, a lot rides on Jaden Ivey, how good he can be. I know they did lose some pieces in the offseason, so, how well do they factor it over the course of a whole season? But over the sample size, I don't see a reason to think why they're not going to be a playoff lock. And by playoff lock, I mean like a top 6 seed. Like, they're not going to be in the play-in. I think if they wind up in the play-in, it would be a disappointing year for them. And these first 8 games have proven that they should have top 6 or 5 seed expectations.
I agree with everything you said for sure. They're a top 6 seed lock in my opinion. They keep playing.
They should be.
All right, so everybody went moving forward. I'm gonna go first on this next team. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna give it to Earl. We got the Los Angeles Lakers, and they should not be on this list because the Lakers do have a top 5 player in the league. But when we talk about Western Conference teams this past summer, the Lakers were not taken as serious as the Denver Nuggets, as the Minnesota Timberwolves, as the Warriors. Unfortunately, we were disrespecting the Lakers this summer. I know I was, at least, because I thought they got LeBron, Luka, no defense, Austin Reeves, no defense. So Earl, are the Lakers for real? I know your answer, but hey, I gotta ask you, are the Lakers for real? What's up?
The league should be shaking about the Los Angeles Lakers. They should be terrified. The Lakers are 7-2 without LeBron James, arguably still a top 10 player in the NBA right now, easily. Also, adding context, Austin Reeves has missed 3 games now on the season. Luka Doncic has missed 4 games on the season. I'll even throw in Aiden's missed 1 game. There was a game where we had no Austin Reeves, no Luka, and we still win the game. Absolutely insane. And speaking of Aiden was absolutely trashed this offseason. People said he was trash. It wouldn't work. He has no motor. All of that is a lie. I've seen DeAndre Ayton have way better defensive moments already as a Laker than Jackson Hayes ever has. The way he's able to stay composed on the defensive end.
I don't think anyone was ever saying he wasn't going to be better than Jackson Hayes. I don't think anyone was saying that.
That was just the intro. I'm just saying in general, like, he is a good defender this season. If you watch the games, like I said, maybe he doesn't get every stock in the world, but he affects shots. He adjusts them. He plays good perimeter defense, which was kind of surprising to me looking at this team. We didn't really have that at all from our bigs, especially obviously when you get switched into a pick and roll action, you have to step up. DeAndre Ayton has shown his capability of doing that, and on top of that, on the season, Ayton right now is averaging 17.5, 8.4 rebounds, shooting 65.7% from the field, and 1 block and half a steal again. So not really crazy on the steals, but still defensively incredible to me to start the season. Austin Reeves, 31 points per game. 5 rebounds, 9.3 assists. I'm not really going to address much on that. He's him. It's Austin Reeves. And then you switch over to Luka. I watched Luka have 2 back-to-back of the most inefficient games I've ever seen offensively. And yet, he still always hits that floor, and he's averaging 40 points a game, 11 rebounds, 9.2 assists. And he's not, I argue, he still hasn't had a great shooting game yet. So this is just the beginning season of Luka. His shooting splits are going to get a lot better. His efficiency is going to get better. So looking at this team, adding LeBron James in that, and everybody's job gets a lot easier. Not to add in the point of Marcus Smart as well, who's been a great defender for us. Minus the flopping. I hate the flopping gimmick, whatever. Even though I'm a Lakers fan, I hate when he just randomly flops. He had a play that almost cost us the game where he stepped in bounds, throwing the ball in all the way up court, and it's called.
That was almost the biggest generational sell in NBA history.
100%.
That plus fouling a dude on an inbound alley.
Yes, and then the foul
would have been generational.
Horrible, man. But I'll just say this and I'll pass it on. Like, I just feel like this team, it looks like they actually won it. Like, the role players are meshing, and JJ Redick, man. Like, I got to give credit to JJ Redick. Like, every single obstacle has been thrown,
He's cooking.
he's adjusted to it, bro. So that's what I got about the Lakers right now.
I'll go next because I got a lot of glaze for Lakers. I'm a glaze a little bit. I think this season JJ Redick is a top 3 coach in the league. That game where literally no Luka, no Austin Reeves, no LeBron, Nick Smith steps up, Jake LaRavia steps up, Ayton goes for 30 and 10. It's like he's just throwing guys out there and they're playing. Like the system is working, no matter who's the engine of the system. That's what makes a great coach. If you can throw any guy out there, that's what make those Greg Popovich teams good. The Steve Kerr teams. Like, I just don't understand how this team is 7-2 at this point with literally their load managing guys right now. Austin Reeves may have a real groin injury, and Luka may have really been hurt, but it's so early in the season, and these guys are just hooping. Like, yeah, I have a very hot take. I know SGA is doing his thing, Jokic is doing his. I think Luka this season has been the best player in the NBA. Every game he plays, he has between 40 and 50 points. That shit is
averaging 40 a game. Like, it's literally averaging.
I think he's the best player in the league right now. Like, on a night-to-night basis, he's the most dangerous player on the court. You don't want to see him on defense. I just don't understand what LeBron is going to do when he comes back. And that's going to be on our next topic. I'm not going to talk about that now. How does LeBron fit into this? Because LeBron needs that rock. Like, yeah, I don't see LeBron being just a floater. I've seen LeBron play off ball in the Heat. I've seen LeBron play off ball on this Lakers team last season. But the way that Austin Reeves has stepped up, LeBron may have to slide into that number 3. And I don't see LeBron willing to do that. That's why these rumors are all up in the air about him being unsure about his future with the Lakers or whatever.
Isn't this what he wanted, though? Like, when he first joined the Lakers, the whole premise for bringing on Anthony Davis was so he can take that time
Austin Reeves is overdeveloping. Austin Reeves was undrafted. Like, he's not supposed to be averaging 38 and 10.
That doesn't really matter.
Austin Reeves is second in the league in assists, averaging 31 points a game. Like,
and his numbers will go down when LeBron comes back. Me and Earl spoke about this, and he feels like I'm on the same page as him. So, in all reality, we feel like this is the case, and this is how it's going to pan out at the end of the day. Me, fine, not we.
Yeah, Earl,
you speak French now. I didn't know you were taking different language, Omar.
Right? Tripping.
We.
The royal
we. All I'm saying is Luka's going to be hovering around 25 to 30 points per game. He's going to be that clear number 1 for the Lakers squad.
Stop. You got Luka averaging 25
to 30.
Stop it.
You got to realize there's 30 a point in the season 30 to where there was a game last year where Luka, Reeves, and Luka, Reeves, and LeBron combined for like 95 points. Okay, the whole point of this system is last year, why this didn't work for us is because the role players were absolutely garbage. The big 3 had moments where they played good, but when they didn't, the in-betweens were horrible. Now you add LeBron James back to a team who's already playing good. And to your point, you're absolutely right, Omar. LeBron James has always wanted to take a step back, but couldn't. I argued this before. Anthony Davis could have never been a 1A on that team, ever. Just the way he plays, his inconsistency. But when you have Luka and Austin Reeves playing like this, of course, LeBron's always wanted to step back. He told AD every year, press conferences every year, like, hey, this is Anthony Davis's team. Like, you can go look at the videos. Like, yeah, I'm passing the ropes to AD. And he never took it, man. He always wanted to have a ride like
AD's
this.
Looking at him like, what? Like, what?
No. Now he's got it. Oh, and to add to your point about defense real quick, last game, 7 stocks for Luka. 5 steals, 2 blocks.
Luka has been a lot better on defense.
Him and all defensive Jokic this year. Him and Jokic crazily.
Jokic has been too. Yeah.
Shout out Omar.
It's like they had a conversation this offseason. Maybe we play defense.
Maybe I was cooking. You never know. Maybe I was cooking.
You never know. It's too early to tell. You might have cooked.
Yep.
I might have cooked. I genuinely think they heard the noise. Because let's be real. As much as we love both of these NBA stars, they're hearing the gripes. Regardless of anything, they're hearing the hate as much as they're hearing the love. And I guarantee you, Jokic has been working on his defense all summer. And I guarantee you, Luka
that guy does not play any defense at all.
It's their instincts that make
like
them
we just
good
said,
defenders.
like
Jokic
does not care less about. Could
Jokic
not care less
and
about
Luka
defense.
are not good defenders. Still, I don't care what.
I did see that one play.
Make them good defenders. Luka's hands are probably up there with the top 5 best hands in the league. He's always tipping steals. He knows where the ball is going to go. Like that's his edge on defense. He has the best instincts in the league.
It's really about effort and intentions, man. Like I think that's when it comes down to it. Like Jay said, like there's guys who have like the habits, they have the IQ to make the plays, but it's effort and defense that make the plays happen. So,
so Max, what do you think, Max? I gotta hear what Max had to say.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to partially disagree with the effort thing because Landry Shamet gives more effort on defense than any player I've ever seen, and he gets scored on every time. So effort.
That's why I said that. That's why I said effort. Well,
it does not always translate.
That's why you have to have the IQ to match it, though.
Shamet don't count, bro. That's Shamet, bro.
But I guess
it's unfair. It's unfair.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think I still don't look at the Lakers right now as on the same level as like a Houston or an OKC or even like a Denver or San Antonio. But I recognize
San Antonio.
They have San Antonio. I've been more impressed by San Antonio so far this season.
We can't Wemby to his career low in the season.
But I recognize
DeAndre Ayton has won every big
LeBron
matchup.
James play a game this season. I recognize that Luka Doncic has only played 5 games. I recognize that Austin Reeves has missed time. So is there a potential for this team to jump up and become a top 2 or 3 team in the West when they're healthy? Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm not going to sit here and say they've been the most impressive team just in terms of like the on the court performance because like I don't think, as you guys mentioned, like the Nick Smith game, I don't think that's sustainable long term. Like the Jake LaRavia game, I don't think that's sustainable long term. But to JJ Redick's credit, he's gotten the most out of these guys right now, and he's got them in a position where they're not going to have to dig themselves out of a hole. I feel like that is something the Lakers have had to do in recent years is they go through these stretches of just playing very inconsistently, very poorly. They have to dig themselves out of a hole. Yeah. LeBron James is going to come back to a team that is, what are they, 7-2 right now? Like, if anything, they're in good position. They've kept pace with these top teams out west. So I don't see why, when they are fully healthy, they're not going to be, like, contenders. I'm just saying right now, like, I would not put them in that same category as, like, OKC, Houston, Denver, and even like San Antonio. So I'm pumping the brakes a little bit, but like long term, I think I do believe them. It's almost like the opposite of what I was saying about the Bulls, where I'm like short term, I believe in them, not sure about the long term. For the Lakers, I'm not sure short term I believe in them as long as they are dealing with these injuries. But I think if they are able to get that big 3 back and healthy, then sky's the limit for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that take. I think that's fair.
All right, next team up.
Background or no?
Yeah, I do. It's not loud.
I mean, it's not that bad. Yeah.
So next team up, we have for Are They For Real? I was gonna throw the Rockets in there, but pretty cliche.
Yeah,
we thought the Rockets were gonna be elite. Portland Trailblazers, 5-3 on the year, currently sitting at 6th in the West. That last game against who they just beat? Was it Earl's Lakers?
Oh yeah. Wait, no.
Did y'all win that game?
They
just had a very notable win.
I think we split. They just beat the OKC.
Yeah, they gave OKC their first loss.
Yeah.
So I know OKC sitting guys, whatever. But we got to talk about Portland a little bit. Denny Avdia, Drew Holiday, those guys are stepping up.
Let me see. Yeah,
Drew Holiday.
Portland's kind of.
Hold on, I just have to say, Drew Holiday has been playing like this forever, so I'm not surprised.
No, I don't think that Drew Holiday has regressed. At all from the Boston years to the Bucks years to now. Like he's the same player.
He's the same exact
like
player.
He knows when to take a step back and he knows when to play up to where he has to play. Like
it's a
no
mental
school
game.
Henderson. He's the guy.
Oh wow.
He's hooping on a night-to-night basis. Like this version of Drew Holiday hooping.
I didn't peep the
Jeremy Grant hooping this season. I mean, Jeremy Grant is
you wouldn't know because they're in Portland.
He's off the bench playing for a contract. The only guy that has not been good this season for the Blazers that I expected to be good was Shaedon Sharpe. Everybody else is playing good. Tumani Kamara, Donovan Clingan as a starter. This team is frisky. What do you think? We'll start with Omar. What do you think about the Blazers so far?
I mean, look, I don't have too much thoughts about them. I mean, I haven't watched them too much. My life kind of just got a little busy when it came to Portland and those late night games for me. They run at like 11
p.m. They do play 11 o'clock.
They run at like 11 p.m. I'm in bed by 12. Sorry, but In the sample size that I have seen them, they've been playing really, really well. There's a lot of leadership going on over there. I think there's a couple of key guys that they can really rely on right now, and it's really good to see that there's a lot of veteran leadership over there because of what we recently happened with them with Chauncey. I think Chauncey touched a lot of people's like hearts over there, and I think he was one of the like. All right, Earl. All right. I see what I did there. Like mid sentence, leave me alone. But but what I'm trying to say is like he motivated a lot of the young guys, and he was their first NBA coach, their only NBA coach for some of them. Shane Sharp, Scoot Henderson for the most part, his only NBA coach.
Scoot has not played a game there either.
Exactly what I'm saying. So it's like.
They'll get worse when Scoot comes back.
I hope not.
I didn't say all that, but
I'm just saying. I think
they're in a positive
better than they ever have when Scoot Henderson's not playing.
I think they're moving in a positive direction.
Not correlated.
I think
they beat two of the best teams in the West. They beat the Nuggets last Friday in the Cup game, and they beat those.
Just look at how they ended.
To finish off my thought, like Denny Advia is playing out of his mind. Drew Holiday is playing the best defense of his life. Dame's going to come back to a team where he's actually going to compete going into the year.
Dame.
It's going to be fun when we see Dame next year because I think Dame hasn't lost any ability to play basketball. I think he was playing really good in Milwaukee. I think it was just overshadowed with a lot of different situations going on. I think both of them were never really healthy at the same time to really flush out the offense that they had and the defense that they had. And honestly, they didn't have much defense. That's what they really lost in that deal for Dame Lillard. But I mean, look, just to finish it off, Portland's playing out of their mind. We need to see a little bit more, but I think they digress a little. I think they regress a bit. I think it's a little natural.
Yeah, just looking at Portland's schedule so far, like they have some notable wins on the season. I'm looking here. They beat Golden State. They beat Denver. They beat OKC. I think those are the big three. I mean, the other one is like Utah. That's Utah.
And then that first game of the year. That first game of the year. What did Ant say? Cannot take breaks in Portland. You cannot take breaks against this team.
Oh yeah, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Like their games like have been good wins. Like usually you look at schedules sometimes it's like, oh, they had an easy start to the schedule. They're playing like the Jazz like 4 times or something like not 4 times, like that was dramatic, but you know what I mean. Like some bottom East team, bottom West team, they played them for the start of the season. But that's not the case for the Trailblazers. So I think it all just depends on how much they really do want to win. I know how crazy that sounds, but I've seen Portland play good for stretches and all of a sudden they just fall off a cliff. And I think it happened last year as well. Like they had a good start to the season and then all of a sudden they start losing games. And then all of a sudden they start all this tanking and stuff, guys sitting and all this different stuff. So I don't know what the direction is as far as like what they expect from the season. But I mean, they look good. Like I can't lie. Like what I've seen, Denny's playing at all-star level. He's averaging 25 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists.
He's averaging 25?
Like, 25, yeah. I didn't realize that until I just looked it up. But like it's a lot of guys really stepping up this season as far as like, 24.4, yeah. But it's a lot of guys stepping up this season from their usual numbers. So, yeah, shout out to the Portland. Do I think they sustain this, though, for the rest of the season? No. But I think as far as the franchise, they're in a really good direction.
What you got, Max? Talk to us.
I want to say that Portland is going to be able to keep this up because we saw this towards the end of last year where they were able to, I don't want to say turn their season around, but they looked a lot better in the second half. Like we saw some progression there. I think specifically the Denny Avdia trade, definitely that benefited them a lot. That got them more talent in the door. So I think going into this year, there were heightened expectations. Obviously the Chauncey thing kind of took the eyeballs off them for a little bit and put eyeballs on them for the wrong reasons. I'll say that, but they've continued to play admirably. I mean, and they have a very balanced attack. I think with Denny Avdia, I don't think any of us remembered that Jeremy Grant was on this team going into the season, but like he's still a 20-point-a-game scorer. Like he is still a good NBA player. Is he the best fit for this team long term? I don't know, but like right now he is contributing to them winning. You still got the guard depth with Shaedon Sharpe, Drew Holiday. Blake Wesley even, I think, has come off the bench and been admirable, just giving him solid minutes. Doesn't need to be anything spectacular. Scoot Henderson replacement, I don't know about that, but we'll see. They just have a very solid all-around team. And, do I think that these wins are a fluke? No, because as you guys pointed out, they've played good quality competition, and they've played up to it. So am I going to sit here and say that they're going to be a playoff team in the East? Hey, in the East. Out West, it's going to be harder. And, I think they're in a similar boat to the Lakers right now where I wouldn't put them in that top echelon of West contenders. But, if we're talking about them being a 7 or 8 seed coming down to the final weeks of the season, I think that's possible. A lot of it depends on, the health of the Dallas Mavericks. Can the Golden State Warriors 40-year-old team survive a full season? Things like that. But if they get some of those kind of 50-50, if some of those teams around them fall off, they're young. They're built to last the whole season. So I'm almost not I'm not super duper worried about them. I genuinely do think they could be a playoff team this year. And I think even just making it even through the play-in would be a huge accomplishment for this squad. So I've been decently impressed. Would I say they're better than the Lakers? No. Don't get that twisted. I'm not putting them ahead of the Lakers right now. But
so they're just not in that top 6 with the Lakers.
Earl, what's going on?
I think they're in that.
He said similar boat of the Lakers. I just got confused. My bad.
In what boat?
I don't think when you look.
I know he meant. I know exactly what he meant.
I think the Lakers are way more likely to move up, and the Trailblazers are way more likely to move down for sure.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just talking in terms of the way they played this year. I think I've been similarly impressed. I'll put it that way. But again, as I mentioned with the Lakers, if Portland was missing Jeremy Grant and Denny had missed 3 games, and Shaedon Sharpe had missed 2 games, they're probably below 500. Fully admit.
True. Oh, they're probably winning 1 game.
Yeah, they're not beating Minnesota without.
Well, yeah, that's like saying if Minnesota didn't have Anthony Edwards, they'd win.
But my point is that the Lakers
2
have won
games,
without
3
those
games,
guys, which is a feather in their cap. To be honest, the Lakers have managed to overcome injuries that I don't think Portland would be equipped to. And that's also good. You guys gave JJ Redick his credit. That is a sign of a good coach, is being able to overcome injuries like that. So I don't know that I've seen enough from Portland, but hey, maybe Matisse Thybulle can play 25 minutes a game. He's playing 12 right now, but maybe. Mm-hmm. I think people forgot he also existed too. He does play Matisse Thybulle. Player.
Yeah, I don't know. He needs to be on another team because he could play.
I'll be so honest. I don't think Matisse Thybulle has been an NBA player in 5 years. It feels like he hasn't been a player since he left Philly. But
I don't think. Yeah.
Oh, I just had to remember who he was.
Yeah, he used to be always number 1 or 2 in the league in steals, and he's just hurt now.
No, he does still get he's averaging 2.5 steals a game off the bench,
which is still insane, bro. His hands are insane. But
he plays 12 minutes a game and he gets 2.5 steals. If he played 25 minutes, he would probably lead the league in steals.
I'm not gonna lie, he's going crazy.
So
we're gonna move on to our next topic. We have our way too early mock trades.
Okay.
So I'm gonna name the names.
Classic, the mock trade.
I'm gonna name the names first, and then we're gonna go. John Morant, Trae Young, Paul George, LeBron James, and I have Kings players because that whole thing over there is bad.
Okay.
All right, who y'all want to start off with?
Let's start off.
Start with John Morant.
All right, John Morant.
John Morant.
Max. I want to see what Omar got to say. Omar, who you got for John Morant's mock trade?
I low-key have to pull up the ESPN trade finder.
Well, we're not going to do a whole-on trade. I thought we were talking about what would be a good destination for him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, Max, you go first, then. So, Max, go first.
Yeah, I low-key need the trade finder, but go on.
Is it low-key bad? I mean, they don't need him, but, imagine Houston with John Morant.
Who would be involved?
I don't even know.
You have to send out Van Vliet because of contracts. So
you send out Van Vliet, you send out Tari Eason, Steven Adams back to Memphis, and you chuck 2 or 3 firsts.
Whoa, all that for Ja?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, listen, if you're Memphis, are you trading Ja when the best player you're getting back is an injured Fred Van Vliet? You're not doing that unless you're full tanking.
Very true, very true.
I would imagine if the best player they're getting is Fred Van Vliet, they would probably need to you would need 2 or 3 firsts in there. But can you imagine a starting line with Ja, Amon Thompson, Durant, Jabari, and Şengün? that's the best starting lineup in probably all of basketball.
Not
Only
probably.
maybe rivaled by OKC, but like.
So
I'll just throw that out there. The Heat are also good. Heat are also a really good team. Like maybe more realistically, I think Ja to the Heat. Like Houston doesn't need Ja. The Heat.
I got one.
And I think
one.
Miami's a great
I'll go out
team.
and say it right now. I think the Heat have been maybe like the most surprising team in the league this year. Like I know they're only 4-4, but like y'all, and to be fair, myself included, I shouldn't say y'all, but like we collectively gave the Heat no chance coming in this year. We have for like the last year, we have called Miami, since they traded Butler, we've been calling them like the most directionless team in all of basketball. Like they have nothing good going on. They're not interesting. They don't win. But like high key, they're doing all right this year. I feel like getting Ja
I did.
in the East, you put Ja in that starting lineup, if they could find a way to keep Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and you have Ja Morant in there, that's like a top 5 team in the East, straight up. The way they're playing right now, you insert Ja into that lineup with the pure scoring of Tyler Hero, the defensive ability and improved 3-point shooting of Bam Adebayo. That Heat team is like, they could win a playoff series in the East easily.
So, Max, you're cooking. So you probably trade Tyler Hero. Probably got to throw in Khalil Ware.
I don't know. If they can avoid trading Hero or Bam, I think that would be.
No, Hero would have to go. Hero would have to go.
Fair enough, yeah. You're probably
And I would
right.
do it for Ja. A true point guard instead of Tyler Hero, I would do it. Keep Norman Powell. Make Norman Powell the main scorer.
Yeah.
Ja Morant is the facilitator. Keep Bam. And then, like I said, ship out Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, maybe Jaime Jaquez and some picks.
I feel like if you're throwing in Hero and Ware, you just need picks. I don't think they need a third, unless the contracts don't work. But like,
Because Tyler Hero did get extended.
Like Tyler Hero's like, I've defended Tyler Hero on the show before. He's better than like he legit averages 25 a game. Like he
All-Star last year too.
Coming off an All-Star year.
Yeah.
And I think him and Ja are close enough to where like I don't know if giving up Hero for Ja makes them a better team, but if you can find a way to do like Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Norman Powell, or like Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez and picks, or like find some other like contract filler, then you're looking legit.
I got a spot for Ja.
I do too.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of took
the
two spots.
I said the Dallas Mavericks.
That was my pick, Earl. Damn, that was my pick.
That was my pick.
That was my pick.
Ja at the 1, move Kyrie back to the 2, his natural spot. Obviously, you have Cooper Flag, AD, and then that last spot. If you want to go big, you can go either Lively or you can keep PJ Washington in that starting lineup. And that will be an absolutely nasty team. Now, the 3-point shooting, where's it going to come from? I have no idea. But it will be probably...
Lively would be in that trade, Earl.
Teams in the NBA.
Lively would be...
Oh, true, yeah.
Lively would be in that trade
Lively,
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be Lively, D'Lo, and a lot of picks. A lot of picks. Because if D'Lo's in the trade, you have to everything
up for a lot. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not looking for a desirable destination in my trade. I'm looking for a team that really makes sense for, both teams involved. And Ja's going to Brooklyn.
That's an amazing pick.
Ja's going to Brooklyn. And the only reason I say that is because the Brooklyn has the most. I think they have them. Obviously the Spurs and the OKC. They have a whole bunch of firsts. Yeah, so
you throw everything for Ja.
Ja and Gigi Jackson are going over to Brooklyn for Nick Claxton, Terrence Mann, and Ben Seraph, essentially.
Ja and Gigi Jackson? No way. Ja by himself.
Excuse me, buddy.
Ja by himself. Nick Claxton does not even amount up to Ja Morant.
Bro put in the trade machine to make the salaries work, but
I did. I did.
They're not going to trade away Ja and Gigi Jackson for Ben Seraph and others.
You guys got to hear what's been going on in the league. They have a lot of picks. And there would be probably 2 or 3 firsts involved. That'd probably get the deal done because
4 or 5 with that package.
The Grizzlies don't need Nick Claxton because they have Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson. Nick Claxton is a bench player.
No, Jaren Jackson is absolutely not a 5. He's a super.
True, but it's like
fair.
Nick Claxton. I'd take Nick Claxton over Zach Edey as of now because Zach Edey every other day I feel like he's getting a new injury.
As a player, I'd take Nick Claxton, but I feel like they're more invested in Zach Edey. I mean, they did draft him 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
Or was he top 5? I forget, but he's their lottery pick. He's one of the few young guys left on this Memphis team.
I think there's not a lot left on this Memphis team. I think they could clear house, and I think everybody would be happy with starting with Cedric Coward.
Oh no, he's having a really good year. But I think the answer is obvious, which is the rumored team, the Timberwolves. I mean, you throw Rob Dillingham, you throw Dante DiVincenzo, and I know they probably don't want to do it, but you probably throw in Naz Reid if they're asking for or Terrence Shannon.
They would have to. They would have to. There's no way they could do that.
Why would they not do that? You got two of the most fun players in the league on one team. John Morant and Anthony Edwards paired up with Rudy in the paint. Still keep Julius Randle and friends. I don't care who else is on the team after that.
Naz Reid cannot be traded.
It's a huge
Naz Reid cannot be traded.
Why not? Contract year?
Signed contract.
He just got paid. He can't be traded to December.
When a free agent signs a contract.
Oh, so like around like the
January 15th.
Converted to
January.
All-Star break. He's asking.
Yes, after December 15th, he could be traded.
Yeah, I said December 12th. So around that time, he's a little bit of.
That's just a couple weeks away, low key.
Yeah, that's a little bit away. So they could low key. Okay.
I just feel like John Morant and Anthony Edwards in the same locker room would produce unspeakable results.
I would love it, man. I
love it. Dog.
PR is going to be all time bad, but I'd love it, man. There's going to be a lot of cursing in interviews. There's going to be a lot of fines going out, but the on-court stuff, I'm going to love it, man. We're going to see lots.
I don't know, man. Ask coach what happened.
That team would lead the league in technicals, in fines, in ejections, in suspend, like everything.
But my next team, though, that's the obvious because that's the rumored team was the Timberwolves. My other team is the Atlanta Hawks. I know Trae Young and John Morant are kind of the same player in terms of height and liability on defense. And what the Hawks are doing right now without Trae Young is notable. Their defense without Trae Young and they're playing on a 9-night base without Trae is kind of unreal. They look almost better without Trae Young. But that's another conversation. But
I'd love to have that conversation.
Trae's time in Atlanta is coming to an end date. Obviously, did not extend him this offseason, and he's already hurt right now. John Morant's time in Memphis, he's done. He does not like the coach. His time probably over there is done. I think you can literally just swap them for each other. Trade Trae Young for John Morant. Give them their two new scenarios or situations. They obviously don't like their current situations right now. One-on-one trade, you don't got to throw in nothing. I think they have equal trade value. They both don't play really any defense. They're streaky on night to night, and they're both the clear number one option. But I think the trade works out. That's my other one.
I just don't see. You literally said it. Like they're kind of they're both defensively liable, inefficient scoring point guards. I just don't see how either that. I mean, I guess you could argue like change of scenery, but like
my only case is change of scenery, Max. That's my only case.
I guess.
But besides that, it doesn't happen. I think Minnesota is probably the best case, in the Miami one. I love that Miami one.
I got another destination in mind.
We got to move on, low key.
You can throw it out.
I'll throw it out really quickly.
Yeah.
The Toronto Raptors pick up Ja for essentially there will be more involved. Obviously, they have picks to throw at him, but Emmanuel Quickly and Ochai Agbaji, or probably another player than Ochai Agbaji, but Emmanuel Quickly would probably be the main player in this deal to be traded from Toronto too.
That's straight too, but I don't think Toronto does it. I don't think
they would need 3.
He don't like Memphis. He ain't going to Toronto. No way. He want to be in Magic City.
Emmanuel Quickly, Ja swap.
Put John right in Magic City, man, Atlanta. But we move on. Trae Young is the next team. Is the next name up. Max, what you got for Trae Young?
Bring him to New York. No, I'm joking.
Gosh, I mean, Trae. I feel like a lot of my destinations for Trae are going to be similar to what I said for Ja. Again, like you mentioned it, Jay. Like they're very similar kind of players, and I don't want to say their strengths, but certainly their weaknesses and their builds are similar. I guess I could say Chicago, maybe. I mean, I don't love the idea of having Giddey and Trae Young in the same backcourt. Like Giddey is a very ball dominant player when he's good, as is Trae Young. So I don't really know where else I would say for Trae that isn't a fit for Ja. Like I think like Minnesota's a good pick, Miami, Houston, even like if they were able to pull it off without giving up one of their big guys, I would say Houston. But like just to throw on another team, I'll say Chicago, or even like I'll throw Detroit's name in there for Trae because they already have such like a good defensive anchor with Jalen Duren, a phenomenal young defender. They've got Isaiah Stewart, so I feel like they have the bigs to back up Trae Young's really poor defense. And certainly Cade Cunningham would take any help he could get. I do think Cade could survive at this point in his career as a 2 guard, like being good enough off the ball. So I'll throw Detroit in there, but like I still think a lot of the other teams we've named would also be good spots for Trae Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Completely.
Yeah, honestly, for me, I don't know, man. I feel like Trae Young, I feel like the guard spot around the NBA is pretty locked in for the most part. Like I'm looking at the standings. Maybe a team like same thing. I would say like a Minnesota would make sense for me. As far as him and Anthony Edwards, you have an athletic Anthony Edwards playing next to Trae Young who gets you lights out and a great playmaker. I can see that working for their dynamic as far as like lobs, everything. Like he can get those guys the ball easy. Because we see sometimes where Anthony Edwards has to decide when he wants to be the guy getting everybody the rock and being that aggressive scorer. And obviously Mike Conley has declined a lot since the first year they had him with Anthony Edwards, and you still are looking for that guard replacement. So I think that would be the most sense. Oh, sorry, that would make the most sense. I would even say a place like the Pelicans. I know we haven't talked about the Pelicans. Him and Zion, I can see how that could work, especially when you surround him with defenders like Herb Jones. Who else is over there? Use Messi. Who's another defender on that roster? I mean, Murphy is a above average. I want to call him an elite defender, but yeah, I think the Pelicans might be a sleeper team I would be interested in, considering they're 2-6 and obviously looking to make moves to put them in the right direction. Other than that, like East teams, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe guard. They have good guards. They have
Let's
guards.
leave some options for the other two.
All right, yeah, sure.
My main Trae Young one is probably a stretch, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing in Orlando. Send Trae to Orlando, man. Send Trae to Orlando. I'm not liking the Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero matchup no more. I think they're just too similar in style. They both can't shoot threes. They're both too streaky on a night-to-night basis. I'm sending Franz to Atlanta. Give me Trae Young. Do you think that they have the same trade value though? Like, do you package more? Do you package more to send Trae to Orlando, or you package more to send Franz to Atlanta?
I'm not. If you're trying to sell me Franz for Trae, I'm gonna need a bunch of picks or some good players because Franz Wagner is not like a 4, 5, 6-time All-Star who leads the league in assists every year.
Noted. Yeah. All right, so I package Franz Wagner and I'll say Tyus Jones and a pick for Trae Young. Tyus Jones as the backup. Y'all can have him. We're gonna keep AB Anthony Black. Give us Trae Young. We're gonna have Bane, Trae Young, Paolo Banchero, and whoever else. All they need is a true point guard and someone who can stretch the floor and hit some deep threes. Or even though Trae is extremely streaky, they need something, bro. Like Orlando is from the first game of the year, they're scaring me a little bit. I think Trae comes in and he can be better with. He's a better matchup with Paolo than what Franz is with Paolo at this point. I just don't think it's working out.
Trae, Desmond Bane, and Paolo would by far have the worst 3-point percentage of any big three in the NBA.
So listen.
They would shoot 30% from three.
Bane is too early to tell. Bane is historically is up there after Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
Yeah, historically.
High percentage.
Not Orlando.
Listen. Not Orlando. He still got time to turn it around. I don't think it's too late for Bane.
It's not.
But adding Trae instead of or replacing Trae with Franz and then send Tyus Jones and probably 2 firsts, I would do it. I think that's the easiest Trae Young trade destination in my opinion.
Okay, Omar, what do you got? And I know we might have to cut it short after this, but
I mean, I'll keep it short. I won't really even explain it much, but Trae Young goes to the Toronto Raptors. I mean, I'll say it again. I think the Raptors need a more solid point guard. And not that Emmanuel quickly can't do it. He's just not there yet. He's coming. He's just not arrived. And I feel like with a team like Toronto, they're gonna want somebody a little more experience, somebody with a little more experience and winning, a little more backbone, a little more willing to pass the Brock. And I think Trae Young is a little more willing to do that other than Emmanuel quickly.
So no more Point Scotty. Point Scotty's over with.
They can do whatever they want once he's there, but I feel like Trae Young over there really kind of helps their offense flow a little bit more. It's been all right so far, but it's also been stagnant in moments.
My Raptors take is ice cold, by the way, Max. So you're winning right now.
I was gonna say, how's Scotty Barnes doing this year? Like, is he cooking?
Oh, let's hear it.
He ain't really cooking. He's still on the. He's still he warming up. We're gonna say warming up.
Yeah, 21, 7 and 5.
He warming up. That's solid. He's solid right now.
But the Raptors
like
worse than Denny Avdija,
are not
but like
solid,
okay, that's like way worse than Austin Reeves. But like okay.
But we're gonna skip Paul George for time constraints. We're gonna go straight to LeBron James Earl.
LeBron James Earl, his new last name. Marries into the Earl family.
Earl, what's up? LeBron out.
Man, no. All that is fake, man. I've seen a lot of reports about like LeBron James.
Come on, man.
Him saying like he never requested a trade in the first place, even before the season started. And I just think we're in such a good place right now. It makes no sense for him to leave at all. Like he gets added to an offense, a system that already works, guys who are willing and bought into the culture, and he just plugs in and play. I don't know what this notion about you add LeBron James, the team gets worse. That's just absolutely trash. Logic. When you add LeBron James to this team, it's gonna fix all the pieces around the edges we've been missing. It's just gonna solidify the roster. So yeah, LeBron James will not be traded.
So Earl's not even said such trade. I know I got one, Earl. And you're not gonna like it. LeBron James to Golden State. LeBron to Golden State. That's the only place I want to see LeBron James. I want to see him with Steph Curry. And it's probably 99.8% chance never gonna happen because nobody can afford LeBron James. He makes $50 million a year. But
52.
52, even higher. But that's the only place I can see LeBron, him and Curry. Trade Draymond's contract. However, I know Draymond's making over $30 million. Trade Jonathan Kuminga's contract, and you get LeBron James. But Draymond's never leaving, and I don't think LeBron's ever going to go play with Steph Curry. But besides that, I think LeBron
can work. His
vibes in LA is not it, Earl. It's not it.
Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and
so Earl.
Probably either Buddy Hield or Trace Jackson Davis.
I'm not falling into the media. I'm not, but what the vibes that I'm seeing from the Lakers without LeBron James are immaculate. It's immaculate vibes, right? Or am I right?
It doesn't matter.
It's not.
You don't think the vibes are immaculate right now?
No, they're not.
Wait, Earl, can I
are we
take this
winning?
For a second?
Yes, but
Earl, let me say this. I think both things can be really true. I think the vibes can be immaculate and LeBron James can come back and they could still dominate. Like, I don't think it has to be like one or the other, Jay. I really think it can be both because like LeBron James can just come back and have like immaculate vibes around him. He could be playing great and then like everything can just fall into place and they can continue this winning streak.
Yeah. And it's just like,
yes,
my point of view on this is like, I don't know why people have to like have this notion that just because we're winning, we don't need LeBron James. It's not true. Like if you watch the games, there's stretches where I'm like, okay, if we have LeBron here, we probably win this game by 15. If we have LeBron James on the season, I will legit say we do not lose a game. We're undefeated. Like that's how confident I am on this Lakers team. Adding in LeBron James, you're adding in a primary playmaker. I think if you add LeBron James in, it makes Aiden's job a lot easier because shout out to Luka. He's just a lob guy, which is cool. LeBron James is a guy who gets you that ball with centers and that pick and roll action. Doesn't matter if it's lob. Doesn't matter if it's a bounce pass. Doesn't matter if it's a flashy no look pass. He's going to get the center of the ball. And I think having him in those rotations and Aiden together playing good, it works. I think last year the problem with Reeves and people were like, oh, the Reeves and LeBron Luka thing didn't work. One, Reeves was dealing with a huge injury in that Timberwolves series. Obviously not like a big excuse. I get that. But
he was hurt, though.
Clearly see the difference when the season started, how much better he was playing because that injury is not there. So people try to use that as an excuse. Oh, they work better. When we had legit examples of LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Luka playing well together and winning when they were all healthy. So I think it's more so like I'm happy that we're winning. I think this is a great situation where he can come back and kind of ease back in. Usually when we have LeBron James come back off an injury, oh, we're trying to fight for a playing spot. We're down in the standings. We're the AC. We got to go on a win streak. And now he can come back and just fit in. Like, we're not a losing team. He can just kind of, oh, you're back? We don't have to bring you back versus the Avengers, OKC, to get a win. Like, we can bring you back versus the Jazz, and it's a no-stress game. So that's just my thought process.
Can I throw out a very fun idea, but maybe not that fun for Earl?
What's up? Talk to us. That's what we're doing this for. It's fun. It's probably not
It's fun. It's a fun day.
This trade will get LeBron James his last ring, maybe 2 rings. He can retire tied with MJ. He just has to sacrifice his entire legacy to do it.
He just sacrificed his entire legacy. Nothing too crazy.
All right, what's up? What you got?
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Here we go.
Lou Dort.
It's started.
Jason Wallace. And all 8 or 9 or 10 first-round picks. LeBron goes to OKC, wins them a championship, which Durant never did, and he can stick it to Durant. LeBron retires. The Thunder three-peat, 2 of them with LeBron. Him and SGA. He hands the reins off of the next greatest player in the league to SGA. He retires with 6 rings, and everyone hates him.
And
does that pick include the Hawks pick?
Sure, why not? All the picks. Every pick.
Deal.
Listen, like Earl, if the Thunder threw you I Heart, Dort, like AJ Mitchell or like Casey Wallace, like a good young player, and
bro, if Earl's getting 10 picks, right? I think he's all right with it.
You send me the pick. You can keep the player.
Yeah, we'll just release him. You're good. We'll release him.
That's the thing. As long as you send that Hawks pick, the Thunder could get LeBron and still have 10 first round picks. So like, who cares?
The only reason I say that though, the only reason I take that for real is because we already know, regardless, LeBron James maximum. I say super maximum has like 3 years.
No, I think super max is 1 at this point. Super max.
I mean, that's what I think too. But like,
that's crazy.
Like super. That's why I was like super maximum. Cool, but I think Brown might say due to Bronny being in LA. Hey man, backs him up. Give us a first. No,
watch when LeBron leaves. Bronny is suddenly never on an NBA team again. No, I'm joking.
I mean,
he has some facilities so far this season, but
the reason I really agree with you on LeBron ain't going nowhere. The Lakers are a season-ending injury away from them needing LeBron. Like, say Luka, another calf strain. Say this Austin Reeves groin injury, it lingers throughout the season. He ends up having like a grade 3 at some point. Mm-hmm. And then you trade LeBron, they're cooked for the year. Yeah. LeBron has to stay. He just has to really fit in with his team because I really love Luka and Austin Reeves running this team.
Yeah.
But let's see how they are with LeBron. They might be even better. They might level up again where they just really losing every 8 games. Who knows?
You're always in the mood to trade somebody. De'Aaron Fox, Austin Reeves.
I know. I'm dead ass serious about that De'Aaron Fox trade. I'm
sure you're serious about it. It doesn't mean it's happening. I mean,
but the truth is too, like, Lakers, regardless, are in a good spot, bro. If we end up losing out and someone gets injured and the season goes horrible, we own our first round pick. If LeBron James gets traded and we get a pick out of it, that's free because he's probably going to retire or leave the next year. So right now, I think we're in the best position. And if we went out and we end up going to the playoffs and making a good run, then we make a good run. So this is the best position Lakers can be. And we got Luka.
Hey, so imagine how good
LeBron's going to play for another 5 years.
Off the bench, Lou Dort in the starting lineup, and Casey Wallace. Well, next to Luka and Reeves.
Bro, Max is for real, bro.
Like, guys, it makes sense. Like, okay, I won't go any further.
All right, guys, we got to end it off here. I want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in on this episode of Beyond the Backboard Podcast. Guys, we're going to go to our playback room, the BTB show podcast room. You guys can go ahead, tune in there. We're going to do a little quick episode of 2-Minute Drill. And then later on, it will be posted to our channel on YouTube this week, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate every single one of you guys.
Hasta luego.